Driven from their homes by armed invaders, a few hardy refugees faced the prospect of starting again. They would found a new village deep in the countryside. With a new settlement established, the first priority was locating a reliable food source. The simplest source was gathering from nature.
Estes.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work.
Yaru!
Yeah.
Quetta? Hira!
Each way there. Yeah.
Gathway off!
Yeah.
Gathway!
Taffy.
Ferende!
Yes, sir.
Anrad?
Under yeti.
Gathway!
Taffy.
Yes, sir.
Somewhere.
Off to Delphin.
Huh? Wodo. Huh? Yes, Sabiende.
Yeah.
The new workforce could now turn to the growing village's needs. First, they would build a mill near their food source. so villagers could drop off gathered berries more easily.
Working day.
Yeah, yeah.
Apple. Pathway up.
Yes, sir.
Next, the growing village would need wood to build with.
Later.
Twiller.
Yeah, yeah.
Hester's.
Each way now.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
growing community now had a steady supply of lumber. To make wood collection easier,
Yeah.
villagers could erect a lumber camp near the
Working
forest.
day. Yarrow. Yeah, that.
Yeah, yeah.
Off the Delphan.
Yes, sir.
Hestes. Pathway. You Wendy. Where can? Waiter. Working day. Yarrow.
The wearer.
You Wendy.
Twiller.
Thanks to the camp, villagers no longer needed to travel as far to drop off lumber.
Hestes.
The village now required additional houses to support its growing population.
Unrad. Working day. Working day.
Each Willer.
Working.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, work. Done.
With additional housing in place, even more villagers could join the workforce. But a populous village would soon exhaust the natural food sources. To grow, the community needed dedicated farms.
Working day.
Cafe.
Here the worker.
Yeah, yeah. Worker. Aorth to lender.
Waiter. Waiter. Working day.
Huh? Quetta.
Done. Yeah.
Work Henday.
Woodsmen and farmers now kept the village well supplied.
Huh?
Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources. For that, communities employed scouts.
Yeah.
Work Henday.
Yeah, work.
Yeah, yeah. Aorth.
Huh? Working day. Yeah. Yarrow. can. Är off till Linda.
Yaru. Hessa. Gande.
Able to move quickly and see great distances,
Yeah.
scouts were key to discovering new resources. The most important thing for a scout to locate was a ready source of gold.
Huh?
To prevent having to haul ore large distances,
Yaru.
expanding communities would establish a mining camp near the source of gold.
Wait,
Where Kende.
huh? Working day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little bit.
Quetta. Yeah. Gongande.
A well-placed camp ensured efficient gold mining.
Gonganda.
Fore werda.
With a good supply of gold, the village was becoming a large town.
Asteriende.
The signpost of this growth would be the construction of a large landmark.
Yasamiende.
Ridra. Yes. Yeherende. Yes.
Abendende. Yeah. Work hard.
Hessa. Yes. Ridende. Kutlich. Yeah. Ridende. Asteriende. Yeah. Foliende Hessa.
With the landmark in place, the once sleepy village announced itself as a thriving feudal township. The townsfolk had been driven from their homes before, however. This time, they would defend themselves.
Donde stat?
The first step would be constructing a barracks for infantry.
surface, eh? Each timbra theos.
What hesa? Ichuilla. Barendinu.
Once it had a barracks, the town could establish a standing force of soldiers. Simple infantrymen armed with spears were a common choice for these militias.
Ichuillerina. Folienda hesa. Donde that? Ga up. Huda. Ichiera. Ridende ut. Ichiera. Farendenu. Each will redan. Ga. Each will redan. Ridende ut. Farendenu. Huda. Ridende ut. Each will redan. Ga up. Donde está? Farendenu.
Out away. Yes, sir. Guard we got. Out away. God, we got. Yes, sir. God, we got. Yahweh. Garwigan. Yerwath Garwigan.
The town now had a militia
Yes, sir.
and could look to reclaim the lands lost to invasion.
Midman.
The invaders had blocked the road north with a stout palisade. Although spears were of little use against these walls, the militia could burn down the obstacle with torches.
Each will.
Yaru to work. Workende on Eckerham. Eor to Lenda. Kuslich. Brende new. And your worker of each gap.
Yaru to work. Farende no.
Here I offer. Off where that. Each your worker.
Garu up. Forca viras. Unestrelum.
With the road open, the militia could now reclaim their lands in the north. First, the spearmen had to deal with a lone sentry.
Mid-May. Yes. Cometh on. Aknawa. Here send the shield captain. Each Lithian. Aknawa. Garu Faraf. Garu Faraf. Each will then. Cometh on. On Thunderstrelum! Yahweh! Each one! Remet Garu! Out of the way! Jirwa! Garwick! Astira! Garwigan! Hurra! Remat Garwigan! Astira! Garwigan! Hurra! Yes, sir? Tremet Garu. Astira, Garwigan.
Advancing aggressively, the militia eliminated the enemy sentry. The invaders had a small cavalry camp guarding the road, but the militia was ready to attack.
Tremet Garu. Each will.
Spears were highly effective against cavalry, allowing the militia to win the day. All that remained was to destroy the invaders' stables. The invaders' cavalry post was destroyed, but other enemy positions awaited further up the road.
Yes, sir.
Hostile archers defended the next camp, which would put spearmen at a disadvantage.
Command on! Yes, sir.
The township needed cavalry of its own to deal with this, and so would need to build stables. To deploy that cavalry quickly, the town needed to build their stables near the front lines.
Read new.
Fortunately, friendly villagers came out of hiding and joined the effort.
Gärdet uppe.
Teethy.
That skulle be timber.
Aknawa. Very yep.
Off with that.
We shall.
Ik wil do it.
Yes, sir.
He's a worker.
Yes. Ik will do it. Teethy.
With stables in place, the town could field horsemen of its own.
Sona. Aknawa. Each a willa Hugh would do.
Yes.
Fatima. Yes, sir. Yeah, each a willa.
Yes, sir.
That shule veo timbran. Veradon.
Yeah, Iaru. Beod me. Ayored Yara. Ike Gande. Beod me. Yeah, Ian. Ich Yara. Vin Hester. Yarward, each a will. Yes, sir.
What's her faith, eh? Each you say, yes, sir. Each timber theos. Each a worker. There you werta. Each bouquet that. You end day off. You end day off. That shule beo timbran. Veradon.
Yeah, Iaru. Vin Hester. Beod me. Itherida.
The town now had a rapid light cavalry, skilled at harassing slower targets, such as archers.
Readeth Aeratus. Eoridas, Ferath, Ichafolye, Zishai,
Slayeth or hard. Eoredas, forth.
The cavalry eliminated the enemy archers and moved on to destroying the archery range itself. The invaders' archers and their camp were destroyed. A final enemy emplacement remained, one fortified with palisades and defended by spearmen. To deal with this target, the town would need longbowmen. First, they needed to build archery ranges in the area regained from the invaders. Once more, friendly villagers arrived to help.
Hester's commending. That's Shule Bayo Timbran. Each Timbra Theos.
Here is name.
Eoredas Yerwe,
Era you worked. Okay, on you selling.
With several archery ranges in place, the town could add longbowmen to its forces.
Garwigan Assetat. Hurra!
I was believing to talk about that.
Strel Born, Yaga a Rod, Beodef Strela, Fuse, Beodef Moga Strel Born, Flamboga Strel Born, Yame.
Yes, sir. West Duhala. Each a worker. Fair a dawn. That's Shule Bayo Timbran.
A strong force of archers could eliminate enemy spearmen at a distance, so long as they took the proper position.
Heras,
Aknau.
Strele Fuse, Ikeom Gangen Flamboga, Kuthlicha, Strelbo. Dida hit.
Hästes kommende. Go get the tinker, hum.
Teethy.
Shoot him the echoes! Eat your worker!
Teethy.
There are your words.
Unfaithful.
And your worker.
Each timbre theos.
Yes, wisdom high.
Ike om you selling.
Each timber theos.
What? Certainly. Each a worker. Chef and be felon.
Yes, sir. Understood.
On Monath. Ferret, Eowegan. Astigeth on way. Letteth Uskaan. Cometh honor. Ritano. Letteth Uskaan. Astigeth on way. Yes, sir. Ferret, Eowegan. Cometh honor.
Poised on a cliff top, the longbowman would be protected from an infantry charge.
Ritano.
The last of the invaders fell to the resurgent homegrown population. Now that their lands were free of enemies, the town could take the next step in its growth and become a powerful medieval city. Here too, the erection of a great landmark would be the signpost of this growth.
Yes, sir. West Duhala. Each timber things. Charlas, their Fendi Heston. Each a worker.
Where a few lowly refugees had founded a small village, now rose a mighty city. From there would grow an empire. Some events leave a deep mark on history, but none on the land. This is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen. But here, the fate of England turned. It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne. October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry. A carefully preserved, illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England, and his challenger, William, Duke of Normandy. William claimed the previous king had promised him the crown. So, he assembled an army and prepared to sail to England to fight King Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance. "250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings. Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south. At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself. On October 14th, 1066, William of Normandy stood ready for battle at the base of a hill. The high ground belonged to King Harold of England and his Anglo-Saxon army. Here, on this hilltop, the fate of England would be decided.
Access Metzvos, compagnon. Soyez prest, compagnon. L'heure est de besoigner.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall. Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat. He aimed to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation. William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move. With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged. men-at-arms reinforced William's army. The Anglo-Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders. But William had an answer. His sharp-eyed archers. Anglo-Saxon archers joined the fray, and the Normans' deadly cavalry ready to charge. But first, William's forces had to eliminate the enemy spearmen, whose sturdy polearms could easily bring down a horse. With the threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers. The Anglo-Saxon army was in disarray. Their shield wall had been neutralized, and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory was King Harold himself. The last of Harold's men encircled their king, prepared to lay down their lives to save his. the Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic. Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning. At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter?